All right, and we're live for In the House episode 18. How you doing, Don?
I am well, sir. How are you today, Larry?
Pretty good, pretty good. Everybody in the chat, as you can see, we have a new person with us today. We have a special guest, Austin Galanti. How's it going, Austin?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Thanks for joining us. We're going to be talking about your recent film, Sweet Killing Machines, and as well as your career and everything, and everything that goes in between and after. So, do you want to
Awesome.
start off, Austin, and say, give the audience a little bit of your backstory and stuff like that?
Well, I started off as a, I guess, vocalist in a band and started doing music production and shooting some music videos and stuff like that, and then eventually got into making films. So I've just recently finished a movie called Sweet Killing Machines that I released a few months ago, and so you can check that out on streaming services. It's called Sweet Killing Machines. And then I'm working. I've shot a few more short things since then, and I'm working on another feature that I have started shooting, but most of the shooting doesn't happen until July. So,
Okay, awesome, awesome. So, for your band, what kind of music genre was it?
boy, that's a hard one. It's kind of all over the place. I know that that's probably what a lot of people say, but somewhere in the like rock, I don't know, rock, punk, trip hop, hip hop vein. Like, I don't know. There was kind of some down tempo stuff and um like I mean like we literally made waltzes and like doo-wop songs and like roadhouse punk stuff. I mean just like whatever we wanted to make. So it was just kind of all over the place.
Yeah,
Nice, nice.
the music in Sweet Killing Machines is very eclectic. Like it's a lot of different genres, and it flows well with what it almost feels like an hour and 15-minute music video. Like it flows like that. It's
Yeah, that I think all of it either I produced or the first song in the film, the guitar player in our old band, Bad Fathers was the name of the band. Him and I still work on stuff together. He's a producer in LA now. He works on a lot of stuff. He's recorded a lot of people you've probably heard of, but he made the first track in the movie, and because I asked him, "Hey, will you make something for this?" and he was like, "Yeah, sure." So, other than that, yeah, some of the stuff in there is there's some older Bad Father songs, and then I made probably a good 5 songs, I think, just for the movie, and then there's a couple other songs in there that I kind of just stuck in there from other stuff I've done. I've got like probably 100 songs or something on ASCAP, so I have a wide variety of stuff I can choose from if I need something or something fits. I usually go like, do I have anything that fits?
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
nice.
some of the cameos and things you had, like Rick Ross and things like that. That's impressive to be having attached to your film. So that's pretty cool. It jumped out at me right away.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I,
Yeah,
definitely.
I, yeah, I uh I really appreciate that scene. I like that scene a lot. I think it was pretty fun.
Mhm.
nice,
The
nice.
I've worked with a few different artists, and CeeLo's also on one of
Yeah,
the songs in
CeeLo
there.
jumped out
I
at
don't,
me. Yeah.
yeah. Uh, think for the next movie, there's a sort of a weed scene that will have a Snoop Dogg track playing
Nice.
in the background. So I'm excited about that. Um,
Is the process for that super complicated? Like, do you have to get clearances and talk to people and have stuff signed and lawyers drug into it and all that? Or
it varies. So far, it's mostly just contracts and money. Yeah.
yeah, that
Um,
solves problems.
with like different scenarios are different. Like with say like Slim Kid Trey from Far Side, like who came over to my house and recorded in my living room. Or with CeeLo, it was like we did a show with them and then collaborated, I guess, sent him the track in Atlanta and told him kind of basically what the thing was, what we wanted or whatever. And like with Sid from Slipknot, he is friends with a couple of my friends, and he used to come over and smoke weed and DJ and scratch on our shit. So we played a few shows with him as I think it was I've done a lot of things and sometimes I forget. But hip hop shows he would DJ for us sometimes. So
Wow.
it varies. But
I
Oh,
mean,
well,
it sounds like a very interesting, really, man, fun history there.
yeah,
yeah.
I've done a lot of I've probably forgot more stuff than I
But that becomes part of the accolades then. It's like, I've done so much, I forget about cool stuff. So, yeah.
So one of my friends will be like, "Hey, you remember that time we did this?" And I'm like, "Oh, I totally forgot about that."
Flashback. Nice.
Yeah, I've had many of those too myself. Going back to Sweet Killing Machine, what inspired you to come to, because you wrote it, directed it. So what was the inspiration behind the story and everything?
Friend wanted to shoot something in a hotel, and so I was just like, "Well, I'll write something in a hotel." So that was basically just like, "All right, well, what can I do?" And shoot it in a hotel. And so I just kind of sat down and started brainstorming what would be kind of silly and fun to do in a hotel. I guess that was the inspiration. And
Nice.
kind of the first scene that was written is the scene with Genya Delot, um, when the prostitute comes in or whatever. That was like it's sort of built around that scene.
See, we have
It
a
was
question
great.
from Pat about it.
Yeah, it was great. She came prepared and she was very very skilled. It was really nice. She when she auditioned for it, I always say this, like I had a few people audition for it and she just got it. She out the gate, she understood what I was looking for, and so it was really easy choice. And she showed up prepared, and so I mean, we shot all 16 pages of her dialogue in one day there. Um, that's a lot. For
Wow.
people who do film, they know that's a lot.
Yeah. How many
But
shooting days did you spend in that hotel? Or in that suite, I
uh,
should say.
two actually. We only had two. Yeah, the whole film was shot in 3 days.
Oh wow.
Oh, nice. So, yeah.
Yeah. Um, so I had tried to get it for a third day, but originally it was going to be a short, and I thought like maybe 25 minutes or something like that. And I sort of started plotting out the storyline, and then I had already booked a hotel room, as I was going, like started getting things ready for it. Because from the time I started writing it to the time we shot, it was 2 months away. So it was very, very fast for me to get all the props and everything lined up. But pretty much I got going, and then I was like, I think we're going to need another day. And so I booked another day. And then I started kind of calculating a little bit more, and I was like, we're going to need another day. But the room was booked already, so I couldn't get it for the third day. So we had to get everything in the hotel room in 2 days. So it was like two 14-hour days or 16-hour days. I don't remember exactly, but it was a long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Talk about guerrilla style filmmaking. I mean, that's like having to shoot all that like in 2 days. And I mean, you have check in, check out, so it's like they're
Yeah.
pretty hardcore about that stuff.
It
But no,
was.
yeah, that's pretty cool. I guess for the I was talking to Don about this. I like how I like that beginning opening shot. Like where you see the outside shots, and the film is shot really well.
Yeah.
Especially with you saying that you had you shot it in like 3 days. I mean, it was just like it looks really good. I do
Thanks.
like. I also thought it was interesting how some of the dialogue where you would have the music over the dialogue, and you'd see the characters talking like towards the end. You know, when they're driving out to the middle of nowhere and stuff like that. I was like, wow, that's it makes you think about what they are saying. You know, and I like that aspect of it. Was so I mean, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Some of the interesting stuff that I saw from it was, I thought it was like, wow, something I hadn't
Thanks.
really seen before.
I appreciate it.
When was principal photography? Was that last winter? Not the winter of 23-24, but 22-23, or when was that? Like how long ago was it shot totally?
We shot it on February 4th of 2023,
Oh,
that
okay.
weekend. Yeah, we
Okay.
shot it on that weekend. And we shot it, we were supposed to start on Friday Friday morning, I'm sorry. But the original actor that was going was the guy who was like, "Hey, let's shoot something in a hotel." We had done a few things together before, and I'd corresponded with him and like was keeping him in the loop. I mean, there's not a lot of actors in it, so it wasn't like I had to, like, "Hey, I got this done and this done, whatever." And the whole time he was like, "Yeah, yeah, this is awesome, great," like. Then come down to about the week before we were supposed to shoot, and he had some strange excuses and wasn't, I don't think, prepared to do it, and he ended up flaking the day of. Yeah. So we had gotten nervous after something he had done, like about 8 days before. And so we were like, I think maybe we should get somebody who could fill in case he's not able to do this. So we found, well, Doug, the other actor, he had just done another film with Matt Kenner. I think it was a short film. And so he reached out to him and he was like, yeah, I'm down, I'll do it. And so he basically like waited, I was like, is he gonna just be down to like hopefully show up if something happens? But yeah, dude, I got a call from other guy's wife and said he got hit by a car or something, but he didn't because we called the sheriff's department and nobody had had any car accidents.
Oh
So
wow.
anyways, Matt Kenner showed up and I think that turned out to be a pretty good thing for him.
Yeah, both
He
of you
did a
guys.
great job.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Matt had only had the script for like 5, 6 days tops, I think 5 days, and had really only looked at it like 3 days before, um, like really looked kind of gone through it or whatever. And then he basically had Friday when we were supposed to start shooting. I think we just shot the library scene on that Friday, and we loaded in and we tried to sort out, um, you know, make just sort everything out. Also, another guy who was supposed to play the senator uh, said he had something come up too. So the sound guy
Wow.
reached out to Aaron Rathbone, and Aaron was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." So
Well,
yeah, it was a strange experience because
because
like
I wondered about the casting of the senator actually, because in Wisconsin we have a Senator Johnson here, and I wondered if specifically the casting was intended to intentionally not look like that Ron Johnson or that Johnson, so you wouldn't have any legal trouble or anything.
um, I think if I recall correctly, he says he the guy who is like waiting in the hallway there. He's asking him where Johnson's office is.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That's where I
Yeah,
was confused. All right, got you.
so that guy is a DJ. I don't know if you recognize him or not. DJ Fusion.
Yeah, I saw him in the
He
credits. But yeah.
Yeah, he DJs on 80. Is it what is it? 90.1? Oh shit, I have
Okay.
to look it up. I'm blanking. Kind of
Okay, got you.
a
And did you film in the Capitol building? It looked like for a bit, or
yeah, yeah, we did.
Wow.
93.1. That's what it is. 93.1. He's a
93.1, got it.
hip hop DJ on there. And shout out to him for coming through to do that. Yeah, we shot in the Capitol building and we did it guerrilla style. It was
I was about to
wonderful
say,
time.
like, I mean, what kind of red tape was that to get that kind of permission?
No, you don't have to get permission to film in there. You're allowed to film in there.
Hmm.
So I was just like, well, I'm gonna go film in there.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I would have thought you would have
Yeah.
had some sort of permits or something, but that's cool that because it's state property or something. Is that the deal?
Yeah. I think
Gotcha.
you're allowed to film like out in the hallways. You're not allowed, I don't think you're allowed to go like into Senate rooms and film, because I don't know what the rules are exactly there. I can't remember, but I looked it up to make sure that I wasn't going to get in trouble going in there.
Yeah.
But, for the most part, they had lav mics on. So we weren't making a big commotion or anything. Just a camera, I went handheld, and I think there was part of it where he was walking down the stairs, if I recall correctly, where we did have a sound guy following him with a big mic. But news crews go in there and stuff and film, so they probably
Yeah.
just thought we were doing whatever.
Nice.
Who knows? I figured if they told us not to do it, I'd just come back a different day.
Who's
How many
on shift?
how many days have
Right.
you guys been doing exteriors then? Because I noticed a lot of especially like the opening credits and then towards the end when they're driving and stuff, there's a lot of like, Wisconsin, countryside and the cityscape stuff with the snow and all that. Like you're kind of lucky to get all that snow and everything in the shots.
Yeah, that was actually, I did that on a separate day. It was earlier that week. It had snowed really hard, and so I went down there to get that B-roll stuff
Yeah.
because I was like, this would be really pretty shots for, in the film. But yeah,
Oh, for
that was
sure.
earlier in the week that I did that actually.
All right.
So I
Yeah,
took a
that's
couple
really good.
hours. Took a couple hours out of the day, drove down there in a snowstorm and walked around.
Oh, you had some great stuff. Yeah. That one, the one shot in particular with the stop blinking up on the top where it's perfectly framed and everything, it jumped out right away. Like you feel like you're in good hands when the movie starts. Like, oh, okay, good. All right.
Right.
Yeah, it had a very serene look and a very like, I don't know, kind of like that sort of like, yeah, just serene. I mean, just looking at it, I was just like, wow, this looks really cool.
Yeah,
Like,
the
and
shots
I
of the
mean,
blowing snow and stuff were very like right away hypnotizing. It was cool. It was weird to recognize it without knowing where it was. It was like, hey, I think that's here. And then I
Yeah.
was confused.
it's like,
Did you when you started watching it, did you know that the film was in Madison, or
Not at
did you
all.
just
Like
start watching it?
I thought it was like I was, relating it to things that I knew. So as soon as I saw the Capitol building, I was like, that looks like here. And I'm like, oh, that could be North Dakota or Iowa or I don't know, somewhere where they get snow. And I just kind of was watching for a while. I was like, no, that's here. That's here for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it would be fun to try and shoot something here, and put a bunch of things in it that were recognizable. So
The stuff at the end when they're driving and everything's wrapping up and they're talking, those shots of the highways and the countryside with the snow, that all looks like my landscape and view around this area. So I recognize it already.
yeah.
Like, feel at home.
Yeah.
were you like, it's like, wait, is this happening in my backyard?
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Um,
yeah, no, I was I had shared it with Don after we had spoken originally, and I had checked it out. I had remember I told you I was going to check it out and stuff like that, and that was like one of the first things that caught my eye was just that opening scene and how it was shot and everything, and even that shot when you're selling the firearms. I like the angle of you coming up and coming up and then you talking and stuff like that. That dialogue and that back and forth. I thought that was pretty good too. It was pretty, like I said, a lot of the shots were very interesting to me, and I thought that was pretty cool.
did
Was there
you?
any?
Thanks.
Oh, good.
Oh, I was going to ask did you plan to play Velvet all along, or was that something that later on you had decided to do because of casting, or no? It looks like that was your role from the beginning.
Yeah. I wrote it. I wrote the role for people in particular, except for Jenya. I had to find someone to play that role. That I was a little
Yeah.
worried I was going to have a hard
You in a
time.
wig.
Yeah, right. Uh,
Remove all body hair.
yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Patrick says indie film casting is always an adventure. So
Always
I
an
mean,
adventure.
from what you were
Yeah.
saying, yeah, it sounds about right. I mean,
Yeah.
what other? I guess speaking of that, what other like? I guess what other hard? What other difficulties were there in making this film?
Let me think for a moment. It's been a while, so I guess I've kind of forgot. Probably putting some rose
Blacked
shaded
out.
glasses on. Yeah. One of them was that they, you know how hotels usually have like a like 2 p.m. or some 3 p.m. check-in time or whatever, but most of the time you can go and like show up at noon and be like, "Hey, I'm here early," and they'll be like, "Okay, whatever." Click, 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 click. But they didn't do it, so we didn't actually get in the room, I don't think, until about 1:30, and then we had to load everything in. So it was just like go, 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 go. We had gotten a couple other rooms so that we could have all the gear in there, and then one for Jenya, so she didn't have to smell us. And then, um, we just started everything up there as fast as we could and set it up as fast as we could, and then just started shooting. So, and we shot a few other random scenes and stuff in the meantime, but it would have been a lot nicer if we could have gotten in the room quicker.
Or
Um,
had that extra day, probably.
yeah, that would have helped. um, Trying to think what else. Well, on the Friday that were supposed to start really shooting, we were supposed to shoot all the outside or most of the outside stuff on that Friday. I think it was the second, if I recall. Um, we did the library, and then we did shoot one little thing by a dumpster, but it was -2 outside, I think. So it was horrible. And
Mhm.
we knew it was going to be horrible. The forecast had told us so. So I bought heated gloves so that I could warm my hands up and then take them back out to shoot the scenes. But because the guy flaked, we ended up not shooting all that much outside that day. So it was difficulty, but like I guess we kind of got out of shooting in -2 degree weather because of it. So I suppose that's good. We ended up coming back the following Monday and shooting the outside scenes. So we spent part of the day doing that, getting that stuff. The senator, I believe, or wait, no, we got the senator on that Sunday, but we got the trash can stuff, I think, and some other stuff. Whatever, doesn't matter. Another day.
See, I was about to ask when it was -2. Is that when y'all were shooting the senator parts where they're like rushing to kind of like get changed and everything? Because like then that would actually add even more authenticity. Trying to get okay, we got to do this quick. Got to get warmed up and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, it was cold out, but we didn't shoot that part when it was -2. There's a dumpster scene, I think, part of it where it goes close up on um, the Douglas Supreme, and he like takes his coat off and he
Mhm.
throws it in, and like basically, he's taking his stuff off or whatever. I think, anyways, that's we shot that little part, and then we were like, all right, let's just let's do this later. We're all
Look,
like,
looks like we
yeah,
have
it
a
was.
question for you. Fun story, motion picture studio. What's today's?
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Um, Fun story. No, probably not. um, let's see. One that always intrigues me is on the Rihanna music video shoot. They hired me for my mohawk, and then when I got there, like Rihanna was like, "Oh, I love your hair," like rubbing my hair, and then the director comes up and goes, "Oh, will you cut it?" And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, we want to cut it." And I was like, no." And they were like, trying to figure out what to do. So they ended up just like gelling it down to the side or something. And I was like they literally hired me they wanted someone with a mohawk. And then they just like, whatever. I don't know. I don't get casting people sometimes, but
So, but like,
um
didn't you just see Rihanna? Didn't you just see her reaction to the mohawk?
Yeah.
right. Um yeah, most of the cool sets that I got to be on, a lot of it was like background stuff where I'm just like, sitting next to America Ferrera or whoever, like just different people like that. But I didn't get to do like big acting parts for the most part in the big things while I was out there. Um, yeah, I don't know. Some commercial stuff was kind of cool, but it's a commercial, so it's not really the same thing. Some
I had
smaller
another.
film stuff. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
no, I was going to say, Eric also had another question of how was it working along Snoop Dogg?
That's just essentially getting a verse. I didn't meet him or anything, so it's not like we're buddies. It's just I got a
You and
verse.
you and Big Dizzle weren't burning one together.
Right.
On
Yeah.
Zoom or
Nope.
nothing? Like, what do you think?
Nope. Nope.
Is
Too big.
with your,
Too big.
with your background in music, was film always like a side hobby, or was it something that grew from the music, or was it
I
you know?
always I always like I always wanted to be an actor. I thought it looked like fun, It's actually a lot of work, but um it I grew up in Iowa, so there wasn't a whole lot of acting opportunities. So, I spent my 20s kind of like touring around the country, different things and playing regional shows and whatever. So it did a lot of band stuff, but then around 25, I think, something like that. I don't know. Time gets fuzzy, but we ended up moving out to LA, and that's when I was able to kind of start doing more of the acting stuff. I pursued it harder out there because I was not necessarily known for its big film scene. No offense, there are some people doing it there now, but
No,
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't so I guess so that's when you got the acting bug then when you went to Los Angeles then.
yeah,
You
I
would say
mean, I always wanted to, but the opportunity wasn't really
was just
there. So
was more there at in
yeah,
LA. So now
yeah.
would you say from the things that you do, writer, director, actor, which is the most, I guess, fun for you to do, or which is the most like which do you like doing more?
That I get asked this question a lot. And I guess I still don't know the answer, but uh, acting probably is the most fun. I think can be, but I really like directing too. Writing school because I get to like steer the story, right? I get to create the story but um, I think if it's going to be a film that I direct and create, I want to probably mostly write it. I don't know. I don't know. I like that. I like creating the story, but um acting is probably like if I could just keep busy acting for a while, I think I would get like tired of it. Not tired, but like would want to take a break here and there, like not just like I know some people act like, 4 times a week or something or whatever, or every day. I think you could get burnt out on it pretty easily because it's a lot of work and memorization and all of that. So for me, it's kind of a great combo to be able to take time to write and then take time to put something together and then also do some acting jobs on the side here and there, to sprinkle it in. if it was just like always acting, it was just like music, you know. If I just had to do that all the time, you start to get worn out with it. Just any job, right? Like you go do the same thing over and over and over again. You're like, I need a break.
Yeah.
But
Looks like go ahead, Don.
Oh, I was going to ask about with the filmmaking aspect of it, the transitioning into being behind the camera. Are you trained in that, or are you self-taught, or like what are your inspirations? How did where do you come from that angle behind the camera?
yeah, mostly self-taught, watching, I guess. Being on set and watching things happen, hearing people talk, you know, and seeing kind of what they do, but then also like a lot of YouTube videos and tutorials and stuff like that, right? Like, because there's a lot of little things that I've sort of, I guess, been teaching myself to do all the things so that I can do it if I want to. Like the couple of the shorts that I just did, Why Did You Scare Her and Vicious Fray, they were shot with um, one was just me and a sound guy, and then Why Did You Scare Her? Like I did everything, the lighting, the sound, both cameras, sitting there running two cameras with headphones on. But it's hard to do that, right? Like there's a likely chance of having more mistakes happen. But I'm trying to learn and trying to like get I got some new equipment for the new movie, and I wanted to like tease out problems and make sure things were connecting and working appropriately and stuff like that. So, it's just cheaper to do it yourself because you don't have to like kick somebody
Uh,
$100 to come or whatever, do
Yeah.
something. But it's also just really helping me learn. So now I can go do it. And when I'm on a set somewhere else or filming this and somebody doesn't show up or somebody gets sick, I'm not as worried, right? I know I'll be able to make it happen regardless. If somebody gets in a car accident for real, be like, shit, this sucks, but
Put on a
we're
wig and
covered.
let's go.
Yeah. Let's get to work.
No, I mean that almost sounds like that you're getting into that more director mentality then, because you're learning each aspect of it and you're doing it all. Like in this film, I mean, when I saw the credits, it's like you were doing pretty much everything in this film, and I was
Yeah,
like,
and I
wow.
felt super weird about like putting my name down so many things, but I know that people. So when I want to like learn who did something on a film, say I'm trying to meet more sound guys, right? Like I will go to a film festival and I'll be like, who did the sound, right? So I write down their name, or I'll be like, I liked that actress or whatever. And so like because Mitch did a few things and I did a lot of the stuff, but there were a couple other places where somebody did something else. I couldn't just be like, I did all the stuff, right? Like I did do that on the other film. I just said I did all of it. But I wanted to give credit to the things that the other people did, and then also like make sure that if somebody was like, oh, well, who did the lighting? Because they liked the lighting. Well, then they know who did it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't
Looks
know.
like we have another question from Eric. Out of all the highlights on your resume, what is the one thing that you really are proud of accomplishing?
Well, Sweet Killing Machines for sure. That was a big task. Um, I am very proud of that. I am currently very proud of what I've gotten done so far with my next movie. Um, the first one was sort of like, all right, let's see if we can do this, right? Like I didn't want to just go all in on the first one and not having ever done it before. So, it's an extremely low budget movie. Extremely. And so I'm really proud that I was able to do that, but I'm also really proud of what I've accomplished with Sanguine Teeth on a Driftless Road. I've got really, I think, a really cool cast, and it's a lot bigger story. I mean, it's still not like Hollywood budget, but there's more scenes and more locations and a lot more actors and stuff. So, but it has been I'm producing it and like putting it all together, doing the wardrobe and um, building tables for sets and just all kinds of shit. So it's just like nonstop work, but
Wow.
um, it's going to be neat. I think it's going to be a really cool film. It's kind of a flip on some other things, and there's, I don't know, a lot of jokes. So
Well, look forward to it. Any projected timeline for when you're wanting it to have it out, or is it just right now? It's.
I'm not sure, but I would imagine probably like next late summer. Um, I don't know. I'm thinking the runtime on it will probably be around an hour and 30 minutes or 35, 40 minutes. I'm not sure. So that's a little bit more editing and sound design and everything, really. So the first one took me, let's see, uh, I think it took me from February to September. I had it edited in that amount of time, but then I still had to do a bunch of like formatting things and stuff, trying to get it on Film Hub. Um, they've got a bunch of spec things that are weird. Like I had shot it um, in 16 by 9 aspect ratio, but I framed everything in 240. So it's framed to be widescreen.
Yeah.
So what I did was in post, I picked 240 and then put all the shots in to that because they were all framed. Like I used the bars or whatever on the
The
screen and shot
letterboxing.
it
Yeah.
that way. Yeah, but Film Hub doesn't allow you to have. They don't. I don't know. Like they wouldn't allow me to do it, so I had to go back and frame the entire thing back to full screen. And I had when I shot it, there's like lights and shit in some of the scenes where you can
Mhm.
see them because they're like, you know, not they're out of the frame that I framed it for. So, anyways,
Yeah.
it was
The
an
matting
interesting
covers
thing to
right
have to
there.
go back through and like readjust everything to fit their specs of what they wanted because they don't allow black bars and um there was something in there. I don't remember what now, but where I used a black bar to cover something up or whatever. I didn't just use them for the top and the bottom. I actually changed the aspect ratio, but there was something else in there too. And but they still wouldn't take it. I don't know. It's weird.
Hmm.
They're weird. So
Looks like Erica is also asking if you were able to work in a film along any actor of your choice, who would you like to work with?
oh boy. Uh let's see. I don't know. Simon Pegg comes to mind, Seth Rogen comes to mind. That would be fun, I think. Al Pacino would be pretty awesome, though. I don't know how much longer he'll be doing it, but I don't know. Those off the top questions, I'm like, ooh, I haven't
Yeah.
really thought of thought of that.
So, who's your favorite
Uh,
actor of all time?
oh boy, that's another one. uh, Favorite actor. Like once I get off here, I'll be like, oh yeah, my favorite actor is um, hmm. God, I might have to think about that. There's a lot of really good actors out there. Um, I like William Dafoe's great. Like, God, just like blanking. Is it all right if I just Google famous actors?
Well, I mean, you might see their face and like, oh yeah, that guy.
Humphrey
Exactly,
Bogart.
exactly. I'll just scroll through some. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is pretty awesome. Uh, I don't know. This is one I would have to sit and think about, I guess. It's probably Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Kidding. I'm totally kidding.
It's Vin Diesel.
Yeah, Vin for the win. Yes. I don't
Looks like
know. God, there's a lot of really good actors, you know.
Yeah.
Favorite.
we also got a
I
question
don't know.
from Guy while you think about it. Of your 9 upcoming projects, which are you most excited for, and why? And was the riskiest?
Well, I guess I'm excited about the one I'm doing tomorrow because I'm doing it tomorrow. Um, it's a short film that I'm doing with Matt Kenner. It's called "You Got to Do Something." Um, it's just a short, but you know, it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I would say the one I'm like most focused on at the moment is Sanguine Teeth on a Driftless Road. I'm very excited about that. I've put a lot of work into it. I'm also working on a couple other things. Um, I don't think I'm going to talk about them yet, just because there isn't enough there to really like have it, locked in to be like, yeah, like I've got one that's pretty exciting, strange thing, but I'm just gonna kind of, ah, yeah, probably Sanguine Teeth. Yeah.
Okay. Now, can you talk a
Uh,
little bit
oh,
about that one, or do you want to keep that as a?
yeah, I can talk a little bit about it. It's about four black vampires that go on a road trip.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, yeah. So they go camping at a cabin, um, and it's a comedy. So they rent an RV and they go on a trip and they stay at a cabin, and yeah, it turns into a horror film.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. That's what I was going to ask is if you're primarily just into crime drama or horror, or what other genres are you all interested in? Like,
It's mostly a comedy with a little bit of a horror twist, I guess. Yeah.
They're the ones that become the hunted.
Yeah. So
Cool.
does
Cool.
that one
Yeah.
take place in Wisconsin too?
yeah, actually it does.
Nice.
Yeah, it does. It's probably the riskiest too, if an answer to the last part of that question. For me anyways, I've put a lot into it. So, and I've got a lot of people, a lot of actors flying in from all over the country. I've got Canadian comedian, I've got comedian, well, two that live in Austin, Texas, and some people from Chicago. I've got actors coming in from LA, a bunch from Wisconsin. Some of the actors live in Des Moines, Iowa, so I'm actually shooting a couple of the scenes for that in Des Moines. There's some sort of like movie and the movie kind of thing, sort of. I'm doing one of those there, and then like an opening scene to the movie will be shot there. So, and then it's kind of being shot all across Wisconsin and a little bit of it in Minnesota. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Cool.
Yeah. I can't. I mean, sounds interesting. Can't wait to see more of it or for it to come out. Definitely. From what you said, definitely sounds like something. I definitely want to check out. So.
Yeah, I
So
think you'll
can
like it.
cool, cool. Well, I mean,
Hopefully.
I have you on Instagram, so I'll definitely be keeping an eye out for it and stuff like that. Looks like
Yeah.
got another question from Eric. How do you feel filmmaking has evolved in today's society from, say, 20 years ago?
Well, everybody can do it now, right?
Yeah.
So it's not. I mean, it's still expensive, but it's not as expensive, and the technology is so much. Um, Lights, for example, you don't have to have a giant Fresnel light to load around, lug around. You can just, I mean, they make 300-watt lights that are this big, so you can light a whole lot of stuff with LEDs, and you can, the first scene we shot for the movie a couple weeks ago, I had, just LED lights taped up outside the car, to look like moonlight and stuff, and you couldn't do that 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It would take a whole lot of stuff to do that. But cameras, they're affordable, and I mean,
And they're not like
I'm
this
I'm
huge anymore.
yeah, yeah, and I'm one of those people who strongly believes that it isn't that much about the camera as it is if you know how to use it and can light well. And like, I've seen a lot of talented people take piece of shit cameras and make some really cool stuff. So, you know, pretty much anybody, if they learn how to light stuff and how to shoot, can make some cool things and do it for pennies versus 20 years ago. You know, it was just that was kind of, I mean, what was 20 years ago? Like BlackBerry just came out. So
Mhm. Yeah.
technology has changed. Smartphones have changed the world and given us a lot of, in producing stuff and having the internet and being able to connect. I'm making movies with people all over the country. And in fact, I'm starting to work on a movie with some people in Europe. So it's like you can just, it's crazy, 20 years ago, like a lot of phone calls, I suppose. But
Now you can do
no,
Zoom, and now you can do like stuff
yeah,
like
we're
this. I mean,
having Zoom rehearsals, it saves a lot of time because you don't have to go meet up. In fact, people that are still like, we all have to get together. I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of antiquated shit that's still happening in the film industry. I came across one today when I sent an agent my reel, and they were like, "You need to cut your reel down. It's too long." And I was like, "Okay, I can do that." But as a casting person, when I go to look for somebody and I'm curious about casting you for whatever project, I want more than 3 minutes. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah,
because I
three
watch a
minutes.
lot of reels and they're short and they'll take just the best little snippets of the best part of whatever they did. So you might just get like, 4 or 5 lines or something where they nailed it, but you're not seeing more. It's hard to really, like, if you
get
take a
the
longer
range.
scene. Yeah, the range, like maybe they, did one where they're assaulting someone and this one they're, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
I find myself, if I can see them do a bunch of things and see them do it well, then I'm more likely to be like, all right, I see you get it and I like what you do. But in 3 minutes, it's not like, I don't think leaving me wanting more is the right
No.
place to go, because then I'm like, well, fuck. I mean, like, I cast a number of the people in this film without having them audition because seen them act, I know they're good at it and they fit the part. So I'm like, want the part? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, and not everybody in the film. Like, there was still some where I had to be like, okay, I haven't seen enough to know whether or not you can do it because their reel was too short. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I don't know. I think there's just a lot of things that sort of that old school mind from 20 years ago people haven't quite caught up to, like, we don't really have to do it like that if you don't want to.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I
Lot,
just to kind of quote Joe Bob. I mean, he says, you can do it anywhere. You can do it with, like you were saying, with different, with the newer stuff. I mean, you can do anything now, whereas you couldn't do it too much back then. And I mean, the place to be is wherever you're shooting it. That's the scene. That's where to
yeah,
do it. Um, so yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're really, you know, yeah, true. I have heard stories about like a lot of antiquated stuff, and people still feel like they need to do all the proper channels to do stuff. But no, yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I feel like in our society now with like Zoom and like stuff like this, where they can communicate, they can do auditions this way and everything. I mean, it's like
yeah.
you shouldn't have to, the old ways are long gone now. Just people, a lot of people just haven't gone up to date.
I, I feel like I try to respect people's time as much as I can, especially since I don't have a Hollywood budget and I can't pay them, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. But I think maybe if you're paying that kind of money, then you get to be like, yeah, whatever. But, like making people come in for auditions and stuff. When the pandemic got over, I saw this one actress. This was like, we need to get people coming back in to the casting offices for auditions and stuff. Is like, I can make a self tape at home. I think maybe if you're on like your third audition and you're like, okay, I've got this narrowed down to three people or something. Like I want to see the top three candidates, but don't make 70 or 100 people come in for an in-person audition. Like you can see whether or not they're even close on a film. It, the self-tape that they send you, do that.
I
Save their
mean,
time, save their gas money. So, like, and especially in LA, like it can very easily take an hour or an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours to drive to that audition. And then, you had to eat food somewhere or whatever and pay the gas money and pay for parking. And it's just like, man, I feel like you just said fuck you to 125 people.
Yeah.
so we got a couple more questions. I don't want to keep you too much longer because we're almost coming up to an hour, so I don't want to take up too much more of your time. So I'll just go through these real quick. Guy asks, how has society influence change impacted your actors' working choices? Do you think society has gone too far as for restrictions on humor?
Yes and no. Um, I think we're still allowed to make those jokes. Depending, right? Like, um, if those jokes are not in favor with a majority of people, you might not be well received. Um, and that's hard because like there's I would maybe like 35% of the country feels this way, and then like another 35% of the country feels this way, and that may be like breaking it up too evenly, but there's definitely like groups of people who feel certain ways about what is should be appropriate or what shouldn't be appropriate, right? And so like you're gonna, unless you really play it safe, you're gonna probably offend somebody with something. And so, yeah, I don't know. Like, I find a lot of shit that people get offended by. I have a group of friends who are like pretty unoffendable, and we, make jokes about stuff, right? Like, and part of that is like having discourse in conversation. It's like philosophy or rhetoric, sitting and discussing ideas or discussing like, is this funny? And and would you feel like it's funny if you were the one on the receiving end of the joke, right? Like, um, but then in the same token, like everyone, I mean, a number of my friends and myself feel like everyone should be able to be made fun of. Like I don't think that it's hard because there are people who are sort of lower in society, right? They're sort of looked at or treated lower for whatever reason. And so, punching down is kind of hard, but at the same time, like, I don't know, there are ways to make jokes and make a social like commentary on something, right? Without just totally making a joke at someone else's expense. So I think there's a difference. Some comedians have enough tact that if you're intelligent enough, you can see what they were doing and realize they weren't just picking on someone. They were sort of addressing a social issue by sort of making light or making a joke about maybe something that is kind of inappropriate or whatever. I don't know. There's such a wide variety of jokes. Uh, it's it's a hard one. That is a hard one.
Yeah.
Another question from Eric is: lots of movies use places like Canada to film, but for you, what would be ideal filming location if budget supported it?
Ideal filming location. Well, probably a tropical island because that sounds like fun. um, I mean, it depends. I tend to write for what I have access to, and if the budget allows, like, I've got one of my best friends is moving to Mexico in a couple of months, and I think they're going to live there for a year or something. And so, there might be a small amount of hope that maybe I pack a few bags and take a couple actors and go film something in Mexico because I maybe will have place to go do that. But
Nice.
yeah, so just like any location, I would probably choose, I don't know, some tropical location that was beautiful and warm and like sort of go do it and then take an extra few days for vacation or something. I don't know. Canada, while beautiful, uh, cold a lot of the time, not all the time, but I like warm weather, I guess. So
Oh, okay. And then I guess we'll end it off with I guess a request from Eric. We're hoping to get a Don and Larry buddy road trip action comedy movie, so keep them in mind.
Yeah.
what? I don't fully understand.
No, they're
Yeah.
just no, it's just a comment that he was making. Just like they apparently Eric wants us to be a traveling buddy cops buddy comedy film, I guess.
Oh, okay, like gotcha. Okay,
No, but no,
I
I
will.
guess we won't
Do you
keep you
guys act?
anymore.
You guys act a little bit?
Badly.
I'll say him.
Badly.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's like I come cheap. No. Um, well, Don's in your backyard, so
Yeah,
Yeah, or
sure.
if you need to,
I
if you
need
need
to.
somebody to roll a joint for you in between scenes, I got you.
I'll find you on Instagram.
All right, good deal.
Well, if there's no more questions for Austin, thank you so much for stopping by. Do you want to? Is there anything else you want to share with us coming up and everything? I know you shared some of the films and shorts you got coming up, but I did put your social media or your Instagram and your IMDb in the description. But is there any other socials that you want to share out or anything?
I guess my Instagram's at Austin Galante. So if you want to like me or follow me there, that's cool. The YouTube page is Real Austin Galante. If anybody wants to check out any of the other shorts or stuff that I've done, they're up there. But,
Now, for Sweet Killing Machines, where is it streaming at?
I think you can like rent it on Amazon. I know it's on reveal.net. I'm not sure. There's a couple others, and then I also have it on my YouTube channel because they all pay so shittily that it's like, well, I just as well get the shittily paid money on my YouTube channel too. So I just decided to put it up there as well. Yeah.
Well, we'll for sure have to have you come back when you finished with Sanguine Teeth. I'd like to talk about that with you for sure. That sounds sounds like a fun project.
Thank you.
Yeah, well,
Appreciate
definitely
it.
looking forward to that. And Eric, I think he, he sums it up pretty well. We appreciate you taking the time to answer the questions, and best wishes in your future
Yeah.
success, sir. I mean, again, Austin, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate you taking the time to let me spew my bullshit here. So appreciate it.
No, like
Nice
Don
to
said,
have you.
we definitely like to have you back, especially when you do sanguine, teeth. I mean, yeah, it sounds really interesting. So I mean, I have you on Instagram, so I'm definitely going to be, and I'll probably be bothering you about it, as it it becomes more and more closer. So, but no, thank you so much, really, for hanging out with us today, and just
thank you.
enjoyed having you on.
Yeah, it was great. Thanks,
All
guys.
right.
Thanks, Austin.
Take it easy, Austin. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Let's see.
Let's see. Where do I?
You're trapped here, Austin.
Oh,
Sorry, you're part of the show now. You're the third host. Congratulations.
Right.
All right, guys. So this is Austin's gonna be our third host today.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
Have a good one. Well, that was pretty good. That was fun. I'm gonna try to get caught up on the chat here. Sorry, everybody. I didn't mean to make it sound like I was ignoring you all. I bet you will be good at it. Yeah, Patrick needs to do this interviewing thing.
Yeah, you should take some notes, Patrick. See how it's done, buddy.
maybe do a show. Call it 8 Questions with. You got it,
sir. There you go. You should have us on. You should have one of us on, or both of us at some point or another. And
yeah, I know.
Us. Yeah, that would be good too.
Yes, guy. I'm looking into his. I'll put that link up here shortly. Let me try to catch up. I need to watch Don and Larry more. Oh, I mean, maybe Don. Me, I'm sure people get tired of me every now and again.
He's the brains of the operation.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
I just follow your lead most of the time.
You poor man.
Hey, how's it going?
I imagine after every show we do together, you just quick on Instagram sending out, "I am so sorry for whatever Don said."
Pants dropped. Sorry.
Yeah. I did not tell him that was okay.
Don't unsubscribe for the pant drop.
Hey, Monroy. Thank you, Juan, for being here.
Thanks, brother. Thanks for stopping by. I gotta find his link real quick. Let me see if I can get the link while you guys kind of hang out for a bit. So I guess while I'm doing that, I know we had talked previously, Don. We had a few pretty cool trailers come up this week.
Yeah, a couple of good ones. First of all, the Venom. Did you see the Venom 3 trailer?
I did. It was pretty cool, man. I have to say, I was excited for it. I compared to the last film, this one looks a little bit more promising than Let There Be Carnage. I don't know.
Yeah. I had talked to you. I haven't seen any of the Venom movies. I mean, I saw Spider-Man 3 where Eric Foreman played Venom or whatever, but but I haven't seen any of the Tom Hardy ones. I saw a little bit of the first one. I think there's a convenience store ass kicking scene that made the rounds of how good it was. But other than that, yeah, I haven't seen them. But the trailer for this one looks promising. And now that it's a concluded trilogy, I may watch the whole, when they all come to streaming, I may try to sit down and have a Venom day. But overall, I don't know, the new one looks good. It does a good combination of action with horror elements, just even from the trailer, you can get that vibe from it.
Yeah. What do you think of that whole, venomized horse?
Yeah. Part of it was really cool and part of it was kind of dumb. Like, the CGI aspects, it looked CGI-ish, but other than that, I mean, the movie itself, because of the way Venom transforms things, it kind of lends itself to morphing CGI effects. Like you can't really do it any other way. So, but Tom Hardy's pretty much great in everything he does. So it between Hardy and a good action story that's sprawling and all that, it seems like it's definitely it had my interest more than most.
Yeah, so I mean that's the thing. Like I know you said you haven't seen the other two, so the first one I really enjoyed, and then the way it ends, because it basically ends going into going into leading you into like Let There Be Carnage. Like it leaves you with a spoiler
Oh,
alert.
like open ended or whatever, kind of
Yeah,
like.
yeah. And then Let There Be Carnage. I mean, I used to read, Carnage is, aside from Venom, Carnage is one of my favorite villains, and just the fact his whole story and he's all nuts and everything, and how brutal he is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess obviously they had to tone it down because it's sort of a Marvel joint sort of thing. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just kind of like it's interesting. uh, hey, oh, so he's gonna interview. Wow, okay, that's cool. We'll have to check that out.
Oh wow! Look at this. We got a double feature tonight
Nice.
for people everywhere are going to be into sweet killing machines by the time this is all done.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. After the cat house is over, there's the link to Austin's YouTube channel if anybody wants to check it out. Definitely check it out. And the film is on there, Sweet Killing Machine, so you can watch it there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Eric, all they needed was what's his name?
Red.
Red. They just
Yeah.
needed him to show up and like just slap him around, like he slaps him on the back of the head and the symbiote comes off. Because even the symbiote is afraid of Red. Oh man, movie boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come watch movies with you?
Yeah. Are you excited for Bad Boys 3, or is it completely off your radar?
I don't know, man. I just I liked part 2 and I love the first one.
I think that's the blurb for the poster. I don't know, man. Horror cat dad. That kind of sums it up
half
for
a
all
star.
of us. Like,
Half
they
a
made another
star.
Bad Boys, huh? All right.
Well, see, there you go. See, Eric thinks the horse is going to steal the movie. Now, if they make a figure of that,
I could see that. Actually, that would be an awesome like NECA or something. The horse with the Eddie flying off it and hanging on or whatever. That'd be kind of dope.
Yeah, I think Diamond Selector McFarlane would do a great job with it.
Oh, look at you going McFarlane on that one, huh?
Yeah, because they have NECA hasn't done any Marvel stuff in a long time.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how they have, and I mean with Sony, I'm trying to think what was the last thing that they did with the Sony property. So it's kind of like I could see McFarlane getting the license. I mean Hasbro, I think they'll kind of like because they do the Marvel Legends. Diamond Select, I think Diamond Select would do a great job with it. And then obviously McFarlane, but I think it would be more of a statue figure, not like an actual figure. That's my 2 cents.
Well, that's why you're here, though. You're the expert. That's why. You, oh Jesus Christ! My man from the dude from Troll 2. Why am I drawing a blank on his name?
George Hardy.
Thank you, George Hardy. I want to call him Jeff Hardy.
Your sworn enemy.
That's why I'm forgetting his name. I've deleted you from my brain, Hardy. He even calls you the NECA King. He knows the Horror Cat King.
Oh man, guy likes he loved the groovy dancing in Spider-Man 3. I think that was all symbiote. It wasn't Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
We need a Venom Madam Web crossover film. I never saw Madam Web. I didn't hear good things though. I don't know.
I think it's on Netflix now. It's been one of those I've been meaning to check out. I think
Madam Web already.
I think so. Or it might be on Disney, but I thought I saw one of them is on one of the newer ones is on Netflix. I don't know. Somebody in the chat probably knows. The chat always knows.
Nice. From my lock and home screen. Nice, Ginger. Yeah, Venom has always been my favorite. One of my favorite Spider-Man characters. Oh wow, already?
Yeah. Yeah. I saw it just the other day when I was on there, and I kind of was like, do I want to watch it? It's new and that excites me, but I'm not really excited for Madam Web. So, you know.
Maybe we need to burn Madam Web. Mention that.
Burn her with fire.
Burn her as a witch. Burn her as a witch. Yeah, that's the other thing. Silent Hill, the Return to Silent Hill's coming out, so I'm kind of excited for that. I saw a photo of Pyramid Head. That one looks. I mean, it looks legit. So
I enjoyed the first Silent Hill film a lot, and then I really disliked the second one, and everybody else was like, the second one's good. And I'm like, no, it's not. So, yeah, I don't know. I thought the acting was really heavy-handed. So the third one I'll probably see just because I like Silent Hill, but I don't know.
Well, I don't know if it's actually a continuation. I think it might just be a separate story. I haven't read too much into it, just because, like you, like I saw the second one in the theater. Like I was like, oh man, I'm hyped up, and then I was like, eh. My only complaint about the first one is that it wasn't like super scary, like the game. I felt the game was still scary, but it basically was the game. Like it felt like Silent Hill. It looked like Silent Hill. There were certain camera angles or camera shots that panned in like the original game. So I mean, it best video game adaptation film for me is still Silent Hill. That first one, it was great.
Look at
I
you.
just wish it was a little bit. I
That's
just
a
wish it was a
bold
little scarier.
statement right there. Look at that. Ooh, Larry with a hot take. I like it. Burning the book it.
Endo story. Yeah, I can see that too, Eric. Funko will definitely they'll milk the heck out of those Venom figures because I mean they've made everything Venomized now. They've made like a Hulk Venomized, a Wolverine Venomized. They've made everything. Deadpool. Professor, have you seen the NECA Deluxe? Yes, I have, and I already have it pre-ordered, so I'm ready. Did I show you that one, Don? Did I send you a screenshot of that or a picture of that?
I don't know if you did.
Yeah, they also
you already ordered it though, huh?
Yeah, I already pre-ordered that one, and I also pre-ordered the Christopher Lee
George
Dracula.
Hardy. Oh, sorry.
The Christopher Lee George Hardy.
Yeah. And then I ended up getting Jeff Hardy. What the hell? No, NECA apparently is doing a lot of those old throwbacks, the Vincent Price and all that. I dig all the old classic ones that they do mainly more than anything,
Yeah, I'm hoping that they do. It would be cool if they did Peter Cushing.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't they if they're doing, Christopher Lee as Dracula? I mean, I think that's just the next logical step. But, what do I know? NECA doesn't watch my stuff.
Not yet. That you know of.
All right. There's like one person is like, oh, this fucking guy's getting it all wrong. And, he's like, by the way, get Peter Cushing's people on the phone.
I like the idea of the NECA board meetings, and they just open up a laptop and just start playing Horror Cat Dad videos. There you go.
Yeah, that's why they send me messed up stuff, man, when I order directly from them. Yeah, it definitely looks good. I thought Bad Boys 4 was enjoyable. So is it part 4? Is there a part 3? Am I missing something for Bad Boys?
I don't know. I thought it was. I thought they were on 3 now, but if a Bad Boys movie slipped by me, it wouldn't amaze me. After part 2, I was kind of like, all right. The first one was okay, and then the second one was like a big spectacle, and people really enjoyed it, made a bunch of money, and I was just like, a little too overdone for me. Is that a Michael Bay?
Yep.
Yeah. Sometimes Bay has a tendency to push the boundaries a little too much into the. He gets into Transformers mode.
Well, see, the thing that bothered me about that film and that stuck with me all through the first film, I mean, I really like the first film, but the thing that really bothered me about it and got me annoyed with it is just like all through middle school was like, Mike Larry. Hey, Mike Larry. I'm like,
I had a friend who used to, when he would get drunk, that was his alter ego. I'm Mike Lowry. It's like, oh God, I'm going home.
It's on Netflix. Yeah, that was the one thing that really messed with me, man. The newer version of Venom is not great. Not great in the comics. Okay.
In the comics, I was gonna say, I bet he's talking about on the page. Yeah.
Hey, Demonia's here. How you doing?
Lemonia, demonia.
So the road trip buddy movie was we need Professor to write the script. Yes.
There we go.
No,
Oh,
I mean no argument there. I mean,
except I'll be played by a spork. And is the role of Don a spork? Well, Larry, let's take a left. Yeah.
we're saying hi to Lemonia. No one says the second film is good. No one. The first one kicks ass. Lots of homage to the game. Yeah, I mean the first Silent Hill is yeah, it's really good. The
I
second
thought
one,
I would
yeah.
like the second one. What's his name? Kit Harington from Game of Thrones is in it, but he's got short hair still, I think. And as soon as I started watching it, I'm like, did the people who made this on drugs? Like it feels like a NyQuil movie. Like I'm high on NyQuil.
I had a buddy who was like, literally dozing off when we were watching it because we saw it in the theater we saw it in the theater because it was at $1 cinema. So
Oh, okay.
it's not like we like paid full price for the ticket or anything. It was just like, oh, $1, yeah, man, I'll go check it out. And we went to go check it out, and I feel I overspent for that film with spending $1.
It was like when I saw Marie Antoinette on an airplane, and I almost walked out of the theater. That's a bad movie.
President Sony is going to end the whole shebang with a Mobius Craven Madam Web crossover. Is going to be called Maximus. Oh, rude. Hello again, sir. Thanks again for coming by and hanging out with us. Let's see, everybody saying hi to Cow. Everybody saying hi. Yeah, there are 4 bad boys. The previous one was Bad Boys for Life. Oh, okay.
Oh, see, that's how far behind. I thought this new one was Bad Boys for Life. That's how. Yes, never mind. I'm not your Bad Boys expert.
Like I said, I like the first one. The second one it had some moments, but I mean it doesn't. And then Henry Rollins was in it.
And John Sally was in the first one. So.
So yeah, it was decent. Like I like the first one. I thought the first one was good. I really enjoyed it. The second one, so with this one, I was just like, maybe I'll catch it on stream. But I didn't even realize this is the 4th one.
That's what I'm saying. This is all a revelation to me as well. So, but I've been seeing making of videos like on Instagram and stuff, and a lot of it looks like first person shooter game-ish. Like one of the clips I saw, they had like Will Smith carrying the actual Steadicam. So, and then he would walk and the camera would be pointing at him, and then he would shoot a scene and he would turn the camera around onto himself. So the camera was on his face and you would see his gun, and then he would turn the camera around and you would see the point of view of his gun and everything. So it's shot very like first person shooter, like Call of Duty or something, you know what I mean? Like it's a video game deal. I don't know.
I guess Michael Mann's been playing a lot of first person shooters or something.
Yeah, I guess.
Did you guys do your interview? Sorry, I missed it. Yeah, we did the interview. We had Austin on for an hour, so you can always go back and watch the replay if you feel like. Pretty good interview. It was just my first, actually, or our first on the show for sure. So yeah. I mean, I hope I didn't do too bad.
We went on Patrick's channel and we did a watch along with Michael Menard, and we were talking about Iowa filmmakers before. So yeah, there's an Iowa filmmaker for you. Mm-hmm. And I think that was our test run. That was our pilot episode of you and I getting used to interviewing directors. So I'd like to say we nailed it. Oh boy, that's my man.
That looked kind of bad. I was like,
yeah, it was shaky. Lemonia, what movie did you decide on for your watch along later? After our show at tonight, Lemonia will be doing a watch along on her channel, and there was a open voting. I was curious how that turned out, so maybe she could reveal it here on the house.
Yeah, my vote was like low hanging fruit.
Would you pick May? Did you pick May?
No, I picked Audition.
Oh, really? To me, it looked like The Love Witch was going to win, but yeah, that's why I kind of was interested.
I mean, I'm always up to watch Audition, man. I'm always awesome. Hey, friendly man, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by.
Is that James? Maybe Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you.
And then we got a guy saying Bad Boys, 95, Bad Boys 2.
Uh,
Yeah, look at the time difference there.
yeah, I didn't realize there was 17 years in between 2 and 3.
Wow.
But then again, I didn't even know there was a 3. So what do I know?
That's
Ride or
crazy.
Die is the new one. See, that shows you how much I thought Bad Boys for Life was the one we were waiting on. I was just like, okay, so
Bad Boys
Bad
1
Boys
was
2 was
great.
1. I dug it. 2 was longer than it needed to be. 3 was good. So high hopes for 4. Sure.
Oh, well, thanks, Patrick. Thanks so much. The Love Witch. Have you seen it already? I'm sorry I didn't give you more of a heads up to pre-watch.
It's all right. I'm going to open it in another tab and watch it right now. Don't fix you.
So I guess James from the Friendly Men. Oh, thanks for stopping by, James. Have tons of stuff to do since the weekend, but always have to make my weekend begin. Thanks so much, Eric, man. And thanks for all the great questions. I mean, like, I was like, man, I had my list of questions, but I mean, yours were just way better than mine. So, you know.
Oh, Eric's the man. As soon as I saw him pop up in the chat, I was like, okay, we're all good. But yeah, and thanks again for the art that I posted last week that you made for me. That was really cool stuff. So, but yeah, people been on my Facebook and Instagram been commenting what an awesome job you did on that. So, yeah, Eric's you know what? All the rest of you are one notch below Eric. I'm my favorite fan of this show. So, the favorite participant of this show. Okay, Lamonia and Patrick.
I was gonna
and
say,
Cal, and Dawn and
and
yeah, never
Professor,
mind. So,
and Professor, and Love Wish. Last time I checked is on Tubi. Okay, I'll have to check
okay,
it
I'm
out.
gonna open it up.
I still need to watch Laid to Rest, man. So what I thought was funny about Laid to Rest, what they should have done for Laid to Rest 2, they should have just done Laid to Rest.
Oh, look at you. Well, the thing that really confused me about Laid to Rest 2 is it's actually called Chrome Skull : Laid to Rest 2. Normally you say Laid to Rest 2 : Chrome Skull, you know, like the
But that's
wording
why
on it.
that's why you got to put the 2 if it's the colon and then Laid 2. That's how you get away with it.
Well, I would suggest it to the filmmakers, but they'll probably stab me in the face. That appears to be their MO. So
They must be really big Jalo fans or something.
yeah, I guess.
That's
how I'm watching it.
That's
Okay.
how I'm watching it. Okay.
Well, that's probably how I'll be watching it too.
Yeah,
Thank
Don,
you, Eric.
the stickers that you made for me were, man, those were really cool, man. I
Yeah.
really dug them.
Have we celebrated? We should have had a celebration today. We should have paused Austin and had a celebration for you being the horror YouTuber of the month.
Well, I mean, for me, it's just kind of like I think we said this before, even when when I was first nominated, and even when I was first nominated for Entertainer of the Month, I was like, it was an honor to be to be nominated. I mean, to be put to be thought of like that. I mean, it was really an honor, and I was fine if I wouldn't have won and stuff like that. But again, everybody that voted for me, thank you so much. And we're getting all the rings, man. We're getting them.
Mm-hmm. Woo.
Yeah, and I made some of my own. I think I shared with you, Eric, the ones that I made. Did I? I might have shared them with Don. I know I shared them with somebody. Wasn't Bad Guys Michael Bay's first movie? Was it? Michael, was it?
No, I think he do like Armageddon and some other stuff.
No, Bad Boys was before that though.
Oh, was it? Oh,
yeah,
wow, I don't even know.
That was before Armageddon, right?
I couldn't even tell you.
95.
We're
the Michael Bay's fans.
Let's see. His first was Armageddon. Oh, wait a minute. That's producer. They're always IMDb always be trying to confuse me, you bastards.
That was his first producer credit?
Yeah, his first directing credit was music video. He did Playboy Carrie Kendall September 1990 video centerfold. I didn't know that. Music video, Brittany Fox, Styx, Poco, Don. He did a Donny Osmond video. Who knew? Holy cow! He did the Divinals I Touch Myself video. This is all new to me. I'm really learning about Michael Bay real quick here. Yeah, 1995, Bad Boys appears to be his first major film. Yeah, good call, James. Nice.
And see, guys not chopped liver, Don.
But I mean, Guy, you, of course, I know. I always mess with you, Guy.
Lay to rest. There you go.
Yeah, that's her clever name. She lay to rest. Mm-hmm.
I want stickers from both of you. Whoa. Hey, I'm a married man there. Oh, stickers. Okay, you meant the actual stickers. All right.
Mm-hmm. Getting everywhere. Lamonia in her seductive ways.
Well, like I think I had told Lamonia that I was it on one of the streams? I had said that I was working on some for because I think she said she was no that was somebody else, but I'm working on some that are for cat moms.
Oh, look at you! Nice.
What's your fault, man?
My fault.
Blame it on me. You expanded my creativity, so it is your fault in a good way, I guess.
Well, I will be your muse, my friend.
I thought The Rock was his first one.
Yeah, apparently, Bad Boys first, The Rock, then Armageddon, Pearl Harbor, Bad Boys 2, The Island, which I completely forgot about.
Wow.
Then he fell into the Transformers trilogy. And then Pain and Gain, and then another Transformers, and then 13 Hours, the Benghazi movie, and then another Transformers, and then 6 Underground and Ambulance. See, I would have thought he did 2 Guns too, but I apparently not.
Didn't he do that first Ninja Turtles movie, the TMNT, shitty CGI one?
I mean, he might have just been a producer on it because it's not in his directing credits. Yeah.
Okay. He ghost directed it.
He ghost directed it. That could be.
What was I going to say? So one of the other things I was looking up. So the other thing that came out, another trailer that came out was Alien Romulus. Did you see that one?
Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. We had talked about the teaser trailer when it came out before and how it grabbed us. So actually, Mayanne had told me that it was the trailer for the new one was out and I needed to see it. And then today when you asked me, I was like, man, the pressures are building on me to check out this trailer. So you guys need a kickback from the Aliens people.
I know, right? And it's like, Ridley, hey, man, I love Blade Runner. Hit us up. No, yeah. I mean, it looks good. I think, I think it looks good.
I'm excited for it. I mean, when I saw the teaser trailer, I kind of had developed the opinion that I would definitely be seeing it, whether it would be in the theater or not. I wasn't sure, and that still applies now. I'm always sketch on getting to the cinema, but as far as like on my to-do list for when it eventually gets on streaming, for sure. But I don't know. I imagine you'll be in the theater and you'll let me know if it's good or not, and then I'll know to get out myself. So I'll use you as the canary in the coal mine on that one.
Yeah, because I mean, my wife is a big fan of sci-fi, so it's one of those things where we're still hoping to see Furiosa in the theater. We'll definitely be seeing Alien in the theater as well. Yeah, because like I said, my wife digs sci-fi, so it's a little easier for me to get her out to go watch like a sci-fi film or something like that. So Professor says a lot of throat things in that trailer. Speaking of, what do you think of that scene in the trailer where you see the face hugger basically going into the dude's mouth? Like that's the first, right, that we've seen other than like from like Aliens where it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's
that was one of the things I often, when I decide I want to see a movie, I frequently then will not see any more trailers. Like I've already vowed not to see any more Beetlejuice stuff because I know I'm going to see it. So why let the trailer ruin stuff for me? So in this, when I saw that facehugger thing, I was kind of like, I don't know if I would have preferred to have that happen in, like if I was watching the movie and all of a sudden like, whoa, as opposed to like now when I'll see it on screen, like, oh, here comes the part. So, but I thought it was definitely, shocking, interesting.
Plus, I mean, if trailers have taught us anything, I mean, what if it's not even in the film?
Yeah.
Or what if it's a different shot?
Mm-hmm. Well, I have a love-hate relationship with trailers. Like I used to love them, the whole in a world, you'd go to the theater and it's like you want to get there early to see the 4 trailers before the movie or whatever. And now I'm to the point where I realize trailers they almost have nothing to do with the people who made the movie. It's generally made by an advertising company, and their job is just to sell the movie. So they just go and hand pick out the coolest stuff to stick in the trailer without ever checking with the director. Like, hey, is it okay if we show that scene or spoil it? So a lot of times nowadays trailers can either really sell me or really annoy me.
Yeah, I mean, just like a Last Jedi, man. I'll bring it up till the day I die. It's like I was hyped when I saw that trailer, and
it's okay, buddy. It's okay. All right. Ryan Johnson can't hurt you anymore.
Oh man, I agree with this comment. We need a clone Jonesy kicking ass.
Him and Garfield and versus Alien is so yeah.
Yeah, not like, and then maybe have Alf come in with a flamethrower at the end to save both of them.
There we go, Professor. Oh, wait a minute, you already did do that.
No, man. So I guess one of the other things I thought of what we can do is maybe go over since we were talking to Austin and his film being a crime film. I figured we'd kind of go over the last 20, 30 minutes, the top 25 crime films of all time as per IMDb.
Oh, look at you springing this one on me. You were discussing you had a few lists you were interested in, so I wasn't sure. You're seeing me totally unprepared, off the cuff.
So 25. Any idea what it might be?
Top 25 crime movies? See, that's tough. And this is what, based by budget or based by rating?
This is based by rating.
So fan results on IMDb or whatever?
Yes. So it's by the stars and by Metacritic score.
Okay. I'm going to go New Jack City.
Negative.
Serpico. French Connection. Bullet. I'm just going to start shouting out crime dramas.
Show me Picard's flute.
The Italian Job. The
Italian Job. The bank job.
Yeah. What's 25?
Gamora?
Gamora. Yeah,
Gamora.
Didn't he lose to Godzilla?
Gamera?
No. Wait a minute. That's the problem. Okay, never mind.
So it's a film that came out in 2008. I guess it's a foreign film. Yeah, it's Mafia in Naples, Italy. God, I can't talk.
Larry completely rebooted in front of us there. That was awesome.
Yeah. I glitched out, man. But it has a set out of 51,000 votes, or 51,000 ratings. It's a 7.0 star or 7.0 on Run. Or my God, IMDb, and it's got a Metacritic score of 87. We got.
I can't think of a joke to make about Sodom. I keep thinking, Sodom and Gomorrah, they go together, but I was struck. So I glitched too. We let each other down on this one, buddy.
Transporter. I like that first Transporter movie. I thought it was pretty good.
The chat is just filled up with crime dramas. Heist, Superfly, Ronin, Heat.
7-Up, Superfly 74. Guardians of the Galaxy. Heist, Heat. What is this other one? How the freaking hell did Ryan Johnson direct a big turd and yet still direct Knives Out with that? Like, yeah, I said the same thing. I said the same exact thing. I saw it in the theater because the wife wanted to see it, and I was just like, "This is great. How did he make this and then make Last Jedi before this.
Didn't he do Brick as well, which is really good? And
Mhm.
then the second Knives Out, the Glass Onion or
Yep.
whatever. That one's, I mean, it's enjoyable. It's worth watching for sure. But yeah, I was Glass Onion was hard for me to enjoy because I was so annoyed with The Last Jedi. I just was watching it with bitch
I mean,
face on.
but yeah, and the whole thing where he was what's his name? Edward Norton was playing like the Elon Musk type character.
Yeah, like he was like an amalgamation of like Elon and Mark Zuckerberg, and he was just
Mhm.
supposed to be like the powerful rich, all embodied
Mhm.
in one. But
Yeah, there was that, and then there was it was a good movie. I liked it. I mean, it wasn't as good as the first one. The first one was really good. I thought the first one was really really good. And it's funny, we just rewatched that not too long ago. Or my stepdaughter wanted to watch it. And she's only 13, so that was pretty cool. Got another one, Action Jackson.
of course, Vanity's in it, right? Or is it Apollonia? I get them confused.
Vanity.
Vanity,
Vanity.
yeah.
Number 24, City of God.
Really good.
I
Really
haven't
good.
seen, I haven't seen that one.
If you're not a, I mean, some people don't do subtitles, or foreign film, whatever, or international film. But that was one that people recommended to me, so I ended up watching it, and I loved it. I always push it on people. You need to check this one out. So it's really good.
I've heard about it. It's got a 8.6 out of 804,000 ratings. It's got an 8.6. So
Yeah, it's the people in Brazil, there's a lot of poor areas, they did specials on it when the Olympics was there, like how there are certain areas that are worse than anywhere, as far as crime rate. And City of God is that type of film. It's pretty dope.
Ryan must secretly be a Trek fan and wanted to sabotage Star Wars. I wouldn't be surprised, man.
Yeah.
Guy says the Force isn't with everyone, I guess.
Well, even Ryan Johnson's his politics kind of bleed through into the Glass Onion and Knives Out films. The main hero of the film is a woman of color, and then the villain of the film is a straight white man. And there are certain things that just are like eye rolly, but at least they're fun. Last Jedi wasn't fun. I'm fine with your political messaging as long as you make a good movie. But if it's not going to be a good movie, I'm going to kill it.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I can't.
I know you're still traumatized to this day. You need to go through some sort of microdosing mushroom therapy or something. I don't know.
My love for the original Star Wars is always going to be there. Just
okay.
That's
It's
it.
after
It's my first love is the original trilogy, and even the prequels. Man, I still love I loved the prequels when they came out. I'm not one of those people that all of a sudden I like the prequels. Probably because the last 3 were horrible, but
yeah.
Beyond that, we'll have to do a Star Wars rant video another time.
Oh yeah, we did one of those too. That's right.
Yeah.
You can find that in the catalog of In the House.
How you doing, sir? Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for joining us.
Larry dislikes Last Jedi as much as I dislike the new Dune. It's the new Coca Cinema.
I think Larry dislikes Last Jedi more than you dislike Dune. I'm going to go that far. If you could hook it up to a dislike meter, I'm going to pick Larry in that race.
Okay, so number 3. Any guesses on 23? Sorry,
23. Yeah. Set It Off with Queen Latifah. No.
It's a Hitchcock film.
To Catch a Thief?
No, sir. 1958.
Crime drama with Hitchcock? Rope? I don't know. What is it?
Vertigo.
I don't know if I'd call that a crime drama.
Well,
that's stretching the boundaries of a crime drama.
Well, the other one that I thought, the next one I thought was kind of interesting too, to be on this list. But this is IMDb, so I figured it was reputable, or it was a reputable source.
You never can tell. What's next?
Let me see what the said for Star Trek has better ships. I don't know about that, Patrick. I'd like to be a part of the Star Wars. And there you go. That'd be a good in the house episode. We'll have a guy on here.
It'd be like that scene in Airplane where everybody's lining up to hit the woman who's freaking out. Like we just got a big long line of people waiting to complain about Star Wars, and then coming up next,
Right? Just it's like it would be like Ryan. They should like do a clip. Ryan Johnson's face on the girl, on the lady's face, on the lady's body. It's like, all right, it's okay. I like when the nun like slaps her around. Yeah, see, Patrick got it. Last Jedi is Oscar worthy compared to the garbage fest that is Halloween Ends. I don't know, man. Last Jedi. Oof.
I still haven't seen Halloween Ends. Nobody's had anything kind to say about it, so I always am like never excited to watch it. Whenever I see it's on, I'm like,
the only thing I could say about it had some interesting elements, but yeah, it was, I can at least say that about Halloween Ends. Last Jedi, I can't say anything nice about it. So, but I mean, it is a bad movie. Halloween Ends is bad. Rebecca, Laura.
He's just going through one name Hitchcock films. Frenzy.
One X-wing hits a Superstar Destroyer, and look what happened. Yeah, well, the shields were down.
That's Ryan Johnson's fault.
Halloween Ends, the franchise dies tonight.
Franchise dies tonight.
So, 22. See, this is going to be an interesting one. Angel Heart.
See, I don't consider that a crime genre. I consider it more like a thriller mystery. That's the same with Vertigo. Like I think of Vertigo as more like a psychological film about like, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I think I guess it's a crime drama.
Yeah, because this is a top 25 crime movies of all time.
Yeah, see, I guess crime is a pretty broad. I mean, isn't technically every horror movie a crime movie then?
I guess.
Somebody gets murdered.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I always think of, I don't know, when I think crime drama, I either think heist films or I think of like police procedurals, like two cops trying to catch a whatever,
Well, I guess because this one says private investigator is hired by a man who calls himself Louis Sphere, or how do you say his last name? He's been
Louis
forever
Cypher.
Yeah, Louis Cypher. Man, De Niro in that's like.
So is Who's Harry Crumb a crime drama?
I would say so.
Yeah, by these definitions it are.
Yeah.
Hobbs. Hobbs.
How you doing, Sarah? Thanks for stopping by. So Halloween never ended for you.
No, it's still open-ended. Evil was going to die tonight, and then it just sits open waiting like it never happens. Cognac. Oh, cognac.
No more Robert De Niro.
Boners everywhere just went.
Yeah, Professor, that one. That ain't go hard.
Spoiler! Damn it, I can't block it. I tried to block it. You got
see? Beat him to it, man.
Hobbs says when he hears Cognac, he thinks of Bob Marley. Cognac.
Oh, okay.
So now I hear it that way too. I hear it both the Japanimation way and the Bob Marley way.
21. Another Hitchcock film.
Notorious. I don't know what.
Rope.
Oh, Rope. See, that's once again, I think of that like a murder film, but I mean, it is murder is a crime. So yeah, I guess technically they're right, but they're really, Don, I like that. Oh, that was brutal. That was brutal.
Thanks, Hobbs, man. I hope you're doing well too, man. I hope you're healing up and doing okay. I don't know if you've gotten the surgery or you're still working on that, but hope you're doing all right, man. Yeah, that one, I don't know. I don't think I've seen Rope, so I couldn't really say.
Rope
there's a lot of
Rope is an amazing film. Rope is almost 4 stars in my opinion. It's like it's all shot in one take. So the camera cuts because when you would fill things on film, you only get a 10-minute reel. and then you put together all the 10-minute reels to make an hour and a half, 2-hour movie or whatever. So every 10 minutes, there's going to have to be a cut because that's how much film will only fit in the camera. But they hide the cuts throughout the whole film. So like, you know, they'll pan by a door and stop. And then, so part of the fun of watching Rope is watching a one cut movie, but then finding the cuts, you know, like looking for them where they turn up. But it's based on, oh God, I can't remember. Those two dudes in Chicago in the early 20s, they murdered somebody. It was like a famous case. They murdered a kid to see if they could get away with it. And basically it was just like some smart people who thought that they were smart enough to get away with murder. So they murdered somebody to see if they could. Yeah, I can't remember their names. But yeah, it's a retelling of that story.
Oh,
I think the original movie was called Compulsion. I think there was an old school black and white one, and then Rope is kind of a redux of Compulsion, sort of with a different twist on it. Yeah, I don't know.
1948, and it's a reboot of the other one. So
yeah, because like I said,
back then,
the original case was like it happened in like 1926 or something. The guy who defended him was like Clarence Darrow, I think, the like famous orator, lawyer. The guy, I think that dude ran against Lincoln, like literally.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
I'll have to look it up, man. I have a buddy of mine who's really, really big into Hitchcock, and he's always toting movies. And I'm like, I don't know a lot of his films. I mean, Birds and you know, obviously Psycho. I mean, it's like I know the even Vertigo. I feel like I've seen it once, and it's been like forever since I've seen it.
Well, Vertigo's a weird movie about a guy who loses the love of his life, well, someone he's in love with, and then tries to make his new girlfriend sort of be that person. And it's all about like, you know, not being able to let go and trying to turn possessing people and all sorts of other stuff. So the crime aspect of it is so small that I wouldn't, you know, I don't consider it a crime drama. But how'd poor Gareth get drug into this?
I don't know.
Gareth because stray.
maybe because he likes Dune. I don't know.
Video Straysties.
Oh look, edited by Video Tasties.
There it is. We knew it. Assisted by 101 Bronson.
Right. Number 20. Gone Baby Gone.
I mean, I guess that's a crime drama as well, but I still think of it as like a weird, almost sort of murder thriller kind of thing. I don't know. For some reason, once we get to murder, I don't think of crime drama anymore. I always think of crime as like heists and other things, but yeah, I guess. I mean,
so it was funny because when I saw when I saw Ben Affleck and I saw Gone Baby Gone, I was thinking Gone Girl.
That's what I was just thinking of. The same thing happened to me. Never mind. Gone Baby Gone's a kidnapping movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I did the same thing. I confused it with Gone Girl in front of you. You saw it happen live on film right here in front of us.
I haven't seen that one though. I've heard about it, and I have Gone Girl. I have like a special edition of it.
Mm-hmm.
Still unopened. I haven't seen it.
I think that's a Fincher, right? I think
Gone
David
Girl?
Fincher. Gone Girl? Who directed
I thought that
Gone
was
Girl?
I thought that was Affleck also.
Was that Affleck? Because I know
Yeah.
I thought Gone Baby Gone is our
Is Affleck? Yeah.
yeah, director Fincher for Gone Girl.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Gone Baby Gone is Affleck though.
Is Affleck.
Yeah.
And then number 19, one of my
The
favorites.
Town.
No.
Oh, I don't know.
Reservoir
Mystic
Dogs.
River. Oh, Reservoir Dogs. Okay, see, that's a crime drama for sure. That's a crime drama.
Although that at 19 compared to 18, I'm kind of like, really? 18 is Public Enemies.
Public Enemies is higher rated on IMDb than Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I like it.
It's all right, but it's not in my top 50 crime dramas.
No,
you know,
it's not above Reservoir Dogs for me.
It's not better than Untouchables. Is Untouchables on this list? Let's find out.
Well, stay tuned and we'll see. But I like.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Go
ahead. but I saw Public Enemies in the theater. I liked it. I enjoyed it. But over Reservoir Dogs, I don't know about that. Gotti, the Armand
Assante one, and that's ahead of Reservoir Dogs. Now this has just become a list of what other movies are ahead of Reservoir Dogs. Keep going.
The Girl with the Dragon Tattoos, number 16, the Daniel
The
Craig one.
okay, so another David Fincher.
David Fincher.
Huh. Okay.
Now, would you put that over? I haven't seen it, so I haven't seen either or. I hear they're both versions are good.
I've only seen the Fincher version. The other one, what are they, Swedish or something? I don't even know.
Yeah, with Naomi Rep. I don't know how to say her name. She was in Prometheus.
Oh, okay, okay.
Naomi, I don't know. She was the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Okay.
But no, I haven't seen it. But I hear both versions are good. I just haven't seen either one. I heard the books are good. Obviously, they made two different versions of the movie. Number 15, Road to Perdition.
It's a very good movie. Road to Perdition. Yeah, but
yeah, this one I have seen. It's pretty good.
I would call that a crime drama. I mean, it's a hitman type thing, but I would call it a crime drama.
Russell, thanks for stopping by, my man. Always glad to have you here. I'm only saying hi to Russell. 14, Scorsese film.
Goodfellas. Casino? Mean Streets. Kundun.
What?
That's the one about the monks.
Oh, I don't think I've ever heard that one. The Departed.
Oh, should have known. Okay. So Casino and Goodfellas are still left then. So
Have to wait and see, folks.
And I like that you said it. The Boston accent was nice, Larry. I appreciated that.
The Departed. Well, I mean, I went to Boston. I visited Boston last year, so it's like when I came back, I started saying "wicked smart." We had to go to the bar. Sorry if I'm offending
regular Goodwill Hunting over here.
I'm sorry if I'm offending any Bostonians, with my crappy accent.
Our Boston contingent just dropped off. All the Red Sox fans left.
Oh, man. The Eastern Promises on that list has Viggo Mortensen. I thought was pretty good. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. We still got.
I enjoyed Eastern Promises.
We still got 13 more to go. Let's see what Russell was saying. You going live tonight? Where did you?
Where did you park the car?
Park the car.
I parked it in the yard.
I parked it over in the yard.
We just got canceled in Boston. This is terrible. I'm going to get murdered by John Cava.
John Cava is going to be coming for you.
John Cava going to kill me and the cat dad.
Number 13. Another Jack Nicholson film.
Terms of Endearment.
That's a crime. It's a crime drama.
Star. Wolf. Witches of Eastwick. No. Jack Nicholson movie crime drama. The Passenger.
Chinatown.
Damn it! Forget it, Jack. It's Chinatown. Or Jake. Sorry.
Same thing. I always see Jack and I'm like, oh, it's Jack.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Every movie with De Niro is Robert De Niro, and every movie with Jack Nicholson is Jack. Even if he's the Joker, he's the Jacker.
Right. Well, even his Jack Napier, his name is Jack already.
There you go. I'm a fan of the Jacker. All right, keep going.
Number 12, Tarantino film.
Jackie Brown. No. Pulp Fiction. There we go. 12?
12.
All right. Well, yeah. All right, keep going.
All right. Number 11, Usual Suspects.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of my favorite of all time. That might be my number one. But anyways, yeah. Anyways, keep going. Well, because Goodfellas is number one for me, but keep going.
I did not realize that Bryan Singer did this film.
The Usual Suspects?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was written by Christopher McQuarrie, who does all those Mission Impossible movies now. Who directs them all. But yeah, I love Usual Suspects. I watched that with Gareth on Video Tasty's channel. And it's one of my favorite of all time. The score, the writing, the lighting, the acting, like it's almost a perfect movie to me.
And you don't disown it because of Kevin's
Bryan Singer too. Bryan Singer and Kevin Spacey. Between the two, I should have canceled that movie, but it's so good, I just have to turn a blind eye to it.
You separate the art from the artist.
Yeah, especially when I like the movie. If I don't like the movie, I can stand on my my soapbox. Yeah, exactly.
Get off your fucking shine box. Number 10, another Sergio Leone film. Any guesses?
Once Upon a Time in America?
Yes, sir.
Well, yeah, I finally got one.
Number 10. That's number 10. Let's see. Somebody at least the cats will be spared. Yeah. They won't hurt the cats because then my ghost will come back.
The John Carver. Yeah. John Carver don't kill cats. It's a Brooklyn Boston accent. I'm totally moving them.
Forget it, Don. This movie, Janky Town.
Janky Town.
Movie list is Janky Town. Way to ruin the joke, Macabre.
He's mad at himself for getting the list.
It's still my favorite QT film. Usual Suspects?
I think good day, Ginger Bruce.
Ginger Bruce, and then number 9, LA Confidential.
Yeah, LA Confidential is good. I don't know if I would say. I mean, it's a very good movie. Yeah, I don't know if I would pick it over. Yeah, Suspects? Usual Suspects, Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs. I mean, but yeah, it is an awesome film. I just don't know if it should be that high, especially because of ratings. People are weird. Anyways, what else you got?
Crow's a madman in that one.
Yeah, he is.
Number 8, 101 Bronson's favorite.
Death Wish? I don't
know. Scarface.
Oh, Scarface. I was going to say Cathead. I didn't know what you were talking about.
I have to say. The one thing I'll say about this list, it's pretty consistent with Pacino and De Niro, man, on this list.
Oh, they own crime drama. Yeah. Scarface is a crime drama because that's a mobster rise to power film. So yeah, for sure, that would count that as a crime drama.
So by this movie list logic is 7 on this list.
Yeah, for sure, it should be. I mean, by their logic, because it's a crime, it's a police procedural.
I guess we'll see. Number 7, Heat.
I knew Heat had to be there somewhere. I thought it might have been number 1. I'm still thinking Goodfellas is going to be 1. We'll see. Or The Godfather or Godfather 2 is going to be 1, maybe. I don't know. Keep going.
Number 6, Carlito's Way.
Good movie, should be on the list somewhere in the teens, maybe in the 20s. Not ahead of Pulp Fiction, Usual Suspects, Heat. Not better not better than Heat. Give me a break.
Scarface.
Not better than Scarface. Scarface, to me, I don't love it as much as everybody else, but it is a top 10 crime drama movie. Scarface is too long.
Yeah, I will say I do like Scarface. I do feel Heat is a good above Scarface. I agree with that. Carlito's Way, I feel like it should be like Carlito's Way should have been 7. Heat should have been 6. So I think those two should have been flipped because I think I like those two films better than Scarface. Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs. I mean, I know Reservoir Dogs is my favorite Tarantino film, and it's till this day. It's always going to be my favorite, especially over Pulp Fiction, any of his other films. But, number 5, Donnie Brasco.
Really good movie. Also another one that should be in the teens or somewhere, not in the top 10.
All right, we're down to the last 4. The last
Godfather 2, Goodfellas, Cue the Winged Serpent, and Step Brothers.
Well, I mean, I guess with the logic, right, of like what films.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It could be anything. What's 4?
Casino.
Yeah, Casino. So Goodfellas isn't on here yet, and we might get 2 in the top 4. Interesting. All right, so 3 left.
3 left. Number 3, chat. Any guesses before I? Anyone? I'll give you 2 seconds.
Spy Kids 3. What is it?
Who's in Boots? No.
Exactly.
No, Goodfellas.
So Goodfellas is 3, and we haven't had either Godfather 1 or 2 yet, and there was no Mean Streets on this list. I don't know. Let me see what else you got for me. What are the last 2?
Number 2, Godfather 2.
Oh, so number 1 because Goodfellas.
No, Goodfellas was 3.
Oh, Goodfellas was 3. I thought. Oh, so what is 1 then?
The Godfather.
Godfather 1 and 2 are 1 and 2.
This is IMDb, folks. This isn't, this isn't me. This is yeah.
No, this is all you. I'm blaming you entirely for this list. This is you own this, Larry.
What?
That's not fair. And no Untouchables.
Well, I mean,
no,
in the top 25, I guess not.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of.
Which I thought was kind of interesting too.
No New Jack City.
Well, I mean, I
don't
could see.
Don't contradict me on that, Larry. Okay, go ahead, contradict me on that one. No South Central with OG Bobby Johnson. Where's Menace to Society? Where's the bank heist, the Italian Job, the Score with Marlon Brando? I want all of them. Where are they at? Where's Dark Blue with Kurt Russell?
It only has a 25.
I like that you're prepared to defend this list. Like I don't know.
I can't. I'm not defending this list whatsoever, man. It's like, I mean, the first Godfather on this, it has a Metacritic score of 100, 9.2 out of 2 million reviews. Godfather 2 has a 90 Metacritic score, 9.0 out of 1.4 million. Goodfellas has a 90. See, this is what's weird because Goodfellas has a 92 Metacritic score, and it's 3. But it's 8.7 for reviews on IMDb. And Casino is 8.2, but the weird thing about Casino, it's a 73 Metacritic score. So
really the problem is Metacritic more than anything. That's who we blame for this.
I guess so. Carlito's Way is 66 on Metacritic? And it's only 1 point higher than Scarface.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, I'm not as big of a Scarface fan as everybody else, but it's better. I like it better than Carlito's Way. It's a top 10 for sure. Scarface is iconic. Like, no matter what criticisms there are of it, it's,
So now, looking at this, I'm about to blow your mind. I know we're going a little bit over time, but before we go, I have to say this. So Carlito's Way was 6, right? Metacritic score 66, 7.9, right, on IMDb. Heat, 76 Metacritic score, 8.3. So both of the scores are higher than Carlito's Way, but Carlito's Way is 6.
Yeah, I think Heat has kind of become one of the default best heist movies, but Heat's also a bit long at times. But I don't know. By their logic, I mean, I don't know. Look how they massacred my list. Professor coming out hot against IMDb.
Set it off should be on there. Queen Latifah went out like a boss in that.
That's what I'm saying. I was trying to push for Set It Off. I'm still mad about New Jack City not being on there. Nino Brown, yo.
I'll be passing out turkeys like Nino Brown, baby.
There you go. See, what's up, Pookie?
I like New Jack City, man.
New Jack City's awesome, yeah.
I mean, it's good. Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Look at you. You got gangster for us real quick. The gangster cat dad.
Try to turn it down, man. I don't want to get in trouble and get canceled for,
or getting too gangsta up into house.
Yeah, man.
We're sorry, guys. The show finally did get canceled. It was Larry got too gangsta. None of us saw that coming.
Next week, new show. It'll be called
Into prison with well, there's a question for you though. Is Shawshank Redemption a crime drama? It's a corrections movie. It takes place in a prison. Like,
I mean, it is a crime. It has definitely crime elements because I mean, though he's I don't know. Me, I always thought he's wrongly incarcerated, and then but then he does crime while he's in there because he's doing helping them do the tax stuff, and then he escapes. So technically, would you say that that's a part of the crime? Him doing crime and stuff. I mean,
yeah,
there's a lot of crime going on in it. Where's blood in, blood out?
Exactly. Or Mi Vida Loca, or Colors for that matter. Gosh darn it.
Jason Lee. Oh, Russell, thanks for stopping by. We'll definitely see you later. I'll be probably jumping in on the chat for Lamonia stream too. Again, guys, Lamonia is going to be doing what was that movie again that she's going to do? The Love Witch. So yeah, definitely go and check out her channel for that. Are you going to be on there, Don, or are you going to be in the chat?
I'll probably be in the chat. We'll see. Last week I jumped in at the very end. I watched the last 45 minutes of Lisa Frankenstein with her, but that was peer pressure. I felt bad because I had missed the week before. So to try to make up for it, I doubled down on my appearance last week. So this week I'll probably just be in the chat, being entertaining.
Don't let anybody, make you do what you don't want to do, Don.
Lamonia has that power over me. What can I say? I'm like, no. And she's like, coin, yes. And I was like, yes.
Okay, yes.
Okay, fine. Coin, yes.
Coin me down for yes.
Yeah. Cha-ching.
See, now, even then, if you look at the crime fiction movies, the top picks, like just on Google, you got Zodiac.
That's what I was going to look.
You got Seven. You got Training Day, Thief. Yeah, Public Enemies is on there. Old Boy.
Thief.
Traffic.
Thief should be on there. Yeah, for sure.
The Judge. I never saw that one. Witness. Pelican Brief. To Kill a Mockingbird. Presumed Innocent. A Time to Kill. Silence of the Lambs. I was thinking about Cape Fear too, because I'm seeing. Oh no, that's crime fiction horror movies. Sorry. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, now you all know. Not only Rotten Tomatoes is unreliable. Now apparently IMDb is unreliable. So with that, I guess we shall call it a night, man. It's we've gone over a little bit, a little over 2 hours. So,
but we did it. We did an interview. We discussed trailers, special discussions about Snoop Dogg and Rick Ross. A lot happened here tonight. The other day she was getting on me about pre-watching movies before I watch them online. She's like, you should watch them like free, like first-time views, so your natural reactions and stuff. I was like, I like to pre-watch. And she goes, oh, pre-watch for me, Daddy. I was like, God damn it, Lamone. Well, another thing you're gonna have to get online and apologize for. Look, I didn't have anything to do.
It's FYI. She loves it, and I think we'll leave on this note. It's settled then, guys. Time to cancel IMDb.
DaveFear.com list. Yep. Mm-hmm. Professor knows we've already canceled Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb.
Professor, we're always here for you, good sir, and I hope you have a good day at work. And everybody else, I hope you have a wonderful evening and I hope you all had a sporking good time tonight with the interview. Once again, thanks to Austin for joining us, and I left his IMDb and his oh my god.
His YouTube link is in there, but I think he also posted his IG link. So,
yes, so definitely check him out, and I'm interested to see what he's got coming up the pipeline. And thank you again, Don.
the film we talked about is available on YouTube to watch on his channel. So
Yeah, so definitely
Yeah.
go and check it out if you haven't seen it. Definitely, yeah, it's yeah, definitely check it out. It's pretty cool.
yeah, let us know
Um,
what you think.
and with that, Don, thank you again for, as always, for being in the house with me every Friday. And next week we'll be on your channel, so everybody next week we'll stop on by Don's. And got anything else that you got going on coming up, Don?
I got a few live streams planned, but me and you might be working on something. We're figuring out some stuff, so keep an eye out for that. And oh, there's on the nose. But yeah, other than that, just be on my channel this time next week for Into House, my version, in Don's house.
In Don's house. In Des Moines.
God, don't do it, coin. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank y'all, guys. Have a good one. Have a good night.
Have a great spring season.